Uh, I'm just trying to do some camping today in my house. I built this fire and I'm trying to roast some marshmallows. I don't seem to be getting very far with it though. Do you know why? What do you mean it's not a real fire? Well, I made it. Oh. Are you saying paper won't toast this marshmallow? You guys are so smart. I guess I'm gonna have to light a real fire later to toast some marshmallows and have some s'mores. Alright, I guess I'll put that aside. So hi, how is everybody doing today? Are we enjoying our beautiful day outside? Yeah, it's a very nice day. And you know what? This weekend is Memorial Day weekend, which for most of us means that it's the opening of camping season. I do not traditionally go camping, but I come from a family that likes to camp. So I know a little bit about camping. I decided that today would be a good day to do a little camp out in my living room. I have my bird book in case any birds come by. I have my hiking pack, my marshmallows, and I built this fire, which you guys told me won't really work for toasting marshmallows, but it was worth a shot. So today I am going to do a camping song for our first song. It's called A Camping We Will Go. So follow along with me. It's to this tune of Hi-Ho the Dairy-O, but it's A Camping We Will Go. So, a camping we will go, a camping we will go, hi-ho and off we go, a camping we will go. We'll pitch the tent right here, we'll pitch the tent right here, hi-ho and off we go, we'll pitch the tent right here. We'll crawl into the tent, we'll crawl into the tent, hi-ho and off we go, we'll crawl into the tent. We're having lots of fun, hooray! We're having lots of fun, hooray! We're ho and off we go, we're having lots of fun, hooray! Good job, everybody! That was a really good job that you did. All right, so I thought that for our campfire story, we would do a story that even has a campfire on the book. Do you see it? There's the campfire. Did you know that when stories were invented thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, they weren't actually written down and put into books? No, it took a long time for us to invent the ability to print on paper and things like that. So back in the day, back in way back in the day, people used to tell stories by just talking, by telling a story. So those initial stories started out around the campfire. So I thought we could read I Am a Story by Dan Yaccarino because it's all about how stories have changed, how they're being told throughout the years. So I Am a Story by Dan Yaccarino. I'm going to get a little closer so that you guys can see all the beautiful illustrations in this book. I am a story I was told around a campfire. You see the campfire? Now look at what they're wearing. These are cave people. You'll notice they're not wearing clothes like we do. Then painted on cave walls. I was carved into clay tablets and told in pictures. I was written on papyrus and printed with ink and wood blocks. Then woven into tapestries and copied into big books to illuminate minds. I was printed and bound. Then acted out on stage. I was read in vast private libraries, then in public libraries, open to everyone. And places you'd never imagine. Oh, look, they're on the back of a cowboy and on boats. There's a vending machine that gives books. Oh, they're on the back of an elephant going into the jungle. I made people frightened, excited, sad, and happy. I was censored, banned, and burned, but did not die. I've inspired millions. I can go with you everywhere. And will live forever. I am a story. Isn't that a beautiful book? I love the illustrations in this book because it takes you really through history. It was very, very interesting to go back and see all the history of how stories were made. So one thing I think is really cool about stories, because we always seem to think that we have to write things down, but we really don't have to write a story down. We can actually just remember and tell stories. So one thing that I think is really, really, really cool is that you could even tell stories, or your parents can tell stories, or your grandparents can tell stories that are all part of your family. My favorite stories aren't even written in a book. They come from my dad and my mom and all the stories they tell me about how they were, what their life was like when they were my age, because the world changes every day. And when you have your own children or your own grandchildren, you're probably going to tell them about how when the world had a pandemic and you had to stay inside all the time. And by then they'll probably be like, but what did you do? And you'll say, I was on the internet watching this girl named Jen Ben read stories to me. Even though she's in New York, you might even be watching from Massachusetts. Hi, Charlie and Cora. Hi, I see you. So one of my favorite things to do, as I said, was to listen to my mom and my dad tell stories. And one thing that always helps them tell stories are pictures. So your assignment is that you need to find some old pictures and ask your parents what they were doing in them or why they took a picture at that time. So I'm going to show you one as an example. So I told you my family likes to go camping. I have never actually been camping. This is an important part. I've never been camping. My family, when we take my son camping, will have been going camping on Garnet Lake for 6 generations. My great-great-grandfather, Alexander, who my son actually shares a name with, was one of the first people to camp on Garnet Lake as far as making campsites there. And this is my family. This is my dad. This is my grandpa. This is my grandma. And then this is my dad when he was a child in the 60s. And then this is my Uncle Donald. And in the background, in the very, very far background, you can see a baby. There's a baby back here in the high chair. Right back here. And that's my Uncle Peter. So this is like in the 1960s when they would go camping. And you'll see that they really did rough it. That's a full like army tent. They built like an outside kitchen. My grandmother said one of her favorite birthday presents she got was that they had she got what's called an outhouse, which is like a little house you build over a hole so that you can go into the bathroom in the woods. But that was a great luxury at their campsite when she was camping. And they would go camping on Garnet Lake for, my dad said they started out going for a week, and then it would be up to 2 weeks eventually. And these are some of the best memories of his childhood, is going camping with his family on Garnet Lake. So he has a lot of wonderful stories. He also has a lot of scary stories, which is one of the reasons why I do not go camping, because pretty much anything that can go wrong with these people will go wrong. But I love looking at pictures of when my dad was young, because you can see so many different things and how much fun and love that this family had for each other. But again, there were some very exciting things that also happened to them. I will say this picture, even though it was in black and white, that's how old this picture is. That it's in. This was before you could have color pictures, and all of these pictures had to be printed on paper. We actually have pictures old enough too that are printed on metal, because pictures weren't printed on paper originally. So we have some wonderful, I'm very lucky to have so many wonderful photographs and so many stories that I've heard as a result of those photographs. So make sure you go back through and you ask your grandma or grandpa or aunts and uncles, moms, dads, about what it was like when they were little, because I imagine they have amazing stories that they can tell you. So for our closing song today, I have a song. It's called Flea, Fly, Mosquito. And it's a repeating song. So I'm going to say a word or a lyric, and you're going to repeat it back to me. So if I say flee, you're going to say flee. Flee, fly. Flee, fly. Okay? We're going to do it a couple times because it's a fun song. I'm also going to jazz it up by doing a clapping pattern. So, flee. Flee, fly. Flee, fly, mosquito. Oh, no, no, no more mosquitoes. Itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy. Ooh, I got one down my backy. Get that big bad bug with the bug spray. Cool. You want to do it again? All right, ready? Flee. Flee, fly. Flee, fly, mosquito. Oh, no, no, no more mosquitoes. Itchy, itchy, scratchy, scratchy. Ooh, I got one down my backy. Get that big bad bug with the bug spray. Very good. All right, everyone, that's all the time I have left. I have to, of course, douse my campfire, so I don't want to, get in trouble for having, setting a fire here. So I'm going to douse it with water. All right, everyone, you have a good rest of your day. I hope you have fun, and don't forget to ask somebody to tell you a story about when they were little today. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Mwah!